I'm going to show you specifically how we can make bodybuilding more popular to the mainstream crowd, and it's way easier than you think. So what's the biggest reason that bodybuilding is not more popular? It's not the drugs. People are totally fine with that. I think that's quite obvious. When there's drugs in baseball, people love it. People love to see freaks go up to the plate and smash home runs literally as far as the human body can do it, right? So it's not the drugs. The problem is the scoring system. If you were to look at this picture and you were not in the bodybuilding community, who would you think is the best bodybuilder on the planet? Who would be number one? Who would win? Out of these guys, who's the best bodybuilder? They would have no idea. They would have no idea that this guy right here is the best bodybuilder on the planet on this photo. Not only that, they would have no idea how they're judged for being the best bodybuilders on the planet. You just see 6 dudes that are completely jacked out of their mind, definitely on drugs, definitely train hard, all this stuff, just standing there on stage. They don't know how they're judged. And to be quite honest with you, most people that are bodybuilders that even compete don't fully understand how they're judged. And then on top of that, if you go to some of the websites like the NPC website and you look at, the rules and how things are judged, let's look at their quote here for how things are judged. Competitors, let's see, judges will score competitors according to the NPC total package, quote unquote, total package, which is a balance of size, symmetry, and muscularity. Posing rounds, it talks about relaxed, individual, mandatory. So no one knows what this means because it's so subjective. Symmetry, does that really matter? No, and it doesn't even say the word conditioning in here anywhere. I'm like, yeah, muscularity, size, all this stuff, the total package, that comes into play. And when you look at this, someone off the street isn't going to know the difference between some of these poses if they were being judged, next to someone else. So how would you fix that? First of all, you have to make it easier for someone off the street to understand. Show some picture examples of what is perfect. So maybe show a picture of Phil Heath in his prime. And this means for shows in person and if you're live streaming. The fact that live streaming costs 40, 50, 60 bucks is absolutely idiotic in my opinion. That's stupid. If you have a great product, you should be giving it away for free at first, or at least giving it away for a cheap enough price to get more people to buy it. The fact that it's that expensive means you're just targeting the people that care about people in it. I didn't even buy the Arnold this year. Why would I buy that when I can just see the pictures afterwards? I don't care. What does it matter to see it live unless I knew someone in it? If I knew someone in it, then I would totally buy it, of course. The Olympia is sort of the same thing. It's the pinnacle, but come on, if it was $5, I would totally buy it. $5-10. I'm sure most people would. So this is the point. When they go to a show or see a show live, they need an example of what is perfect. What are they looking for? Show a picture of Phil Heath in his prime if that's what you have to do. And then tell what poses, what are you looking for specifically? What are you looking for in an ab and thigh shot? What are you looking for in a back double bi? What are the judges looking at? How are they gauging it? Give some details. I mean, no one's going to care if you hand out a pamphlet saying when they hit a back double bi, this is what we're looking for. I know what they're looking for. And as a bodybuilder, it's not that hard. I can look at 4 guys standing on stage and know who's the best within 3 seconds. But if you take one of your family members that has no idea what you're talking about or what you do or how bodybuilding works, they're not going to know. They're just going to see 3 people that are in really good shape. They need something to make it competitive for them to get into it. So really, here's the big one. It's the scoring system. I think that's obvious. How does that even work for someone, right? If you're watching an NFL game, it's fun because you see the scores live as they're happening. You don't have to wait and see the play over and then they tell you what that play is worth, right? If the touchdown is scored, it's 6 points. Extra point, that's 1 point. That team's got 7 points now. When you look at this, there's no point. There's scoring systems to the judges, but you can't see that. You have to wait. And really, what does it matter for you to wait in prejudging for the IFBB? They're just missing out on a huge opportunity, in my opinion. So the next thing, show the judging, some type of judging system, show it live. Show what they're actually getting on point, right? And then, you can see who's predicted to be the favorite so far. There's a lot of different things you can do. And then the most obvious answer for someone off the street that watches one of these shows is they have no idea who wins the poses or why. More or less people at the actual show. So show us as they're going through the poses. This guy, okay, if they're doing a comparison round, say this guy won the side chest. Cool. This guy won the back double bi. If it's the same guy winning every time, that's cool. I mean, at least we know. But maybe you can see one pose, hey, that guy beat the favorite in that pose, right? Like that would be a little bit more fun. And then you could even do it to where like the judges put in their score as they see it. Maybe a computer adds it up in real time. And then they put like a green light under the guy that won that round, or put like a first, second, third. That would not be hard to do. Just watch the guy pose. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Just go down the line or give a number score, however they do it. Tell them to pause. They put in their scores. It immediately goes on stage. Boom. Next round. Go to the next one. Like the fact that they would have to pause for maybe 2 or 3 seconds as opposed to flying through these things. Why would you not do that? That's totally worth it. Do something that would help people understand who wins the posing rounds. Because if just imagine someone off the street just walked through the door of a bodybuilding competition and you see these guys posing on stage. You have no idea what's going on. But then underneath them, you see like a green light for the guy that won this round, maybe a first, second, third lights up. You're like, oh, okay, cool. That guy's winning next round. Oh, wow, he didn't win that round. The next guy's kept winning this round. And then you start seeing some commonalities happening. You're like, wow, that guy, he must be really good. He's winning most of the rounds. This guy, he's not bad because he's getting second in some of the rounds, right? That's how the competition starts. Just they don't know bodybuilding, but they can see first, second, third, and then they start rooting for the underdog, right? That's easy. So people need to see a scoring system that's clear, and then how it's being scored live. And like when you do these live events like the Arnold or the Olympia, that would be so easy to have a sick layout on the screen, and then the commentators are telling you, oh wow, he got first, and he got first in that pose because of this. It would be so cool to get people involved like that. And then you have to remember, like, people have no patience now. Like most people are not, even the times I've bought live events with friends, we don't just sit around and wait for like the whole thing we're on our phones, we're looking at other stuff. We're not watching literally every second of the event. Even if you see an event in person, we don't have patience anymore. We need to see some live scoring, man. We need to see at least some notes. And it's great that they have commentators now. But these commentators, they're so hard to follow, and even they don't know what they're looking for. They're using words that people off the street aren't gonna know, man. Holding water in his back. Just say his back is not as grainy as the other. It's subjective, but they need to do better because they're missing out on so much money and popularity with this. They just need to bring back the competition. I mean, when you look at this picture of the best bodybuilders in the world, yeah, I know this is a still picture. It's not the best picture in the world, but if I was watching this, I would know who's going to win. I could guess the top 3 pretty easily. It's someone off the street that's not in this community. They're not going to know how to rank these guys. And don't you want them to? You want people to get involved that are not in this community, because then more money comes in, and it's better for the bodybuilders. It's better for the athletes. The more money, the better this sport is. Why do you want this to be so exclusive? It feels like people don't want people in on it, like it's this exclusive club. And that's fine, I get that. But you're really taking away a lot from guys like this that have literally put their life on the line for this sport, as we call it, and we're missing out on all this money. I just don't think it's smart, and there's so many things we can do about it. You guys let me know, how would you change it? How would you change bodybuilding to at least make it competitive towards other sports like the NFL? If it were on TV, what would you want to see on TV to get you more involved with bodybuilding? Leave a comment down below what you would do.